for this increase of carbon dioxide, that is power plants, transportation, industry, heating, but also cement industry is a big player in the CO2. 1/3 of all CO2 emissions in Western countries are because of the building industry. Deforestation is another concern. Then there's the methane gas, agriculture, livestock mining, gas pipeline leaks, landfills, all contribute to this climate change, and of course it also affects us. It will have an effect on the water resources, on food production, animal plant species, biodiversity is concerned, that there's coastal hazards, human health and ocean acidification are major concerns. But there's another one, there's the increase of the human population in the coming years, of course. We expect not only that there's more resources needed to feed all people, but also more energy, more quality of life is required. So we expect there is a lot of effect on human health and human well-being because of this climate change. And there's an urgent need for a climate policy. If we go on business as usual, the carbon emission will increase in the year 2050. If we want to go at the same level, we need to change things. We need more efficient energy programs, different fuels for cars, different way of building, and different way of using our energy. But also low carbon, so that would be renewable energy. Also nuclear energy could be one of the solutions if you want to have a low carbon energy. Solar panels. So there is possibilities to change this, but also land use. Land use, we must think of doing that in a more efficient way. And if we look at what are the large contribution of the building industry to the emissions, concrete is one of the biggest producers of CO2, not only because of the energy required, but also during the process the CO2 emissions occur. In the steel industry, a lot of energy. Aluminium is produced with a lot of energy. Glass and also synthetic polymers, of course, these are based on fossil fuel or fossil resources, I would say. Like the PVC, polyurethane, all those polymers that are being used in building industries these days are based on fossil resources. So far, in the Netherlands at least, the sustainable development for building industries have been focusing on energy saving. That means insulation of the buildings. This is a very strict rule in the Netherlands. Buildings have to apply to a certain amount of insulation because of the cold. In our country we have a different system. Of course, we have to protect ourselves against the cold. I suppose insulation would be a good thing here to protect against the heat, which is not so often done, I think. And of course, renewable energy is another topic that has received attention. Solar energy and wind energy. Recycling of materials, that's when a building has been demolished, all the parts are being reused and recycled as much as possible. And recently there's a lot of attention for green building. In the Netherlands we had a contest like this for green building, and we had a lot of interesting submissions from the young professionals. But if you look at green architecture, to me this is not really green, although there is some cradle-to-cradle statements that you can use all the materials again and again, which would be like McDonald and Brown have said, remaking the way we think. When we do it differently, we can make a difference. So it should be more eco-efficient. It should be effective design of products. Reuse of waste to produce new products, and the waste becomes the food for the new generation, which would mean everlasting cycles. And big companies like Ford, Nike, and many other industries are following this example these days. Although I have some doubts about it, because green architecture and green building, yes, I fully agree. Automotive industries are also using biomass products more and more, which is saving energy because the vehicles are becoming lighter. But the nutrient upcycling, which they have been advertising, is quite difficult, because when you break down things, it costs a lot of energy and a lot of chemistry to make it into a new product again. So technical and biological resources for everlasting consumption, it always goes down. When you look at it thermodynamically, I can say it's always costing energy to make things in the same quality. And, well, to look at green architecture, I would propose to do it more in this direction. Here you have something they have in Scandinavia, which would be green roofs and wooden buildings. Of course, you need more space. You can't make this high flats like here in Malaysia with all those concrete and steel from biomass. But you have to. This is something they have in very dry climates. That's adobe. That's very densely packed soil. And in the Netherlands, they have been working on a new way of building. They're very conscious on how to have the light and the insulation on place, use as less as possible material, and making new designs for buildings. This is one example. But wood frame building has been something that has been a tradition a long time in Europe, but it's been abandoned more or less. This is how in medieval times our houses were constructed. But because of fire hazard and risk of that, this has been abandoned. Well, some years ago we have been venturing into a project in Wageningen where we have been assigned by the local government an area where we would be able to make more sustainable building that we could think of. We were trying to make experimental new materials, and we would make a ranking in the selection we have been making for this building. The sustainable produced wood or agro-raw material would be the preferred material for us, because it is renewable, it doesn't add to the CO2 emissions. Then we would have processed wood or agro-products. That means we would have, for example, wood fiber boards or straw boards that have been processed into a building product, or cement-based fiber boards that could be another option. And then reuse of building materials. So when there's a house demolished, you can reuse all the bricks and you can use the wood again when the quality is still there. Then of course the mineral resources, cement, lime, bricks and stones, that would be a lower ranking, at least that's what we tried, but it's not easy to do that, I can tell you. Metals it's not to be avoided. You can't make a door closing very well when you don't use metals. Petrochemical